So we're going to be checking out something in Scripture again. Does Christianity command violence? Is there any passage, any verse in the New Testament that advocates for war, killing? Let's find out. Unfortunately, it's hard to read, so I'll read it for you. Christ said, "Do not think I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I came to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemies will be members of his household." Now that's kind of odd, because in Matthew 5-7, in the Sermon on the Mount, we get things like, "You have heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist an evil person. But whoever slaps you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek to him also. If anyone wants to sue you and take your shirt, let him have your coat as well. Whoever forces you to go 1 mile with him, go 2. Give to him who asks of you, and do not turn away from him who wants to borrow from you." And then, of course, there's the famous ones, Mark 12:31, love thy neighbor as yourself. There's the Good Samaritan. There's judge not lest ye be judged, turn the other cheek. Pray for those who persecute you. What you do unto the least of my brethren, you do to me. When you feed the hungry, you're feeding me. When you clothe the naked, you're actually clothing God. So what does this mean? I've not come to bring peace, but a sword. Let's get into it right now. Now, has there been any Christian that ever took that verse and said means Christ wants to raise up and us to fight? No. Not even during the Crusades. I would challenge anybody for the first 1,000 years of Christianity to show me any Christian, heretical or otherwise, that uses that verse. Because there's a verse where Peter cuts off the chief guard's ear, and Christ says, I don't want to do this. This is not how I do this. My kingdom is not of this earth. Why would you fight with swords? And there's another place where he says, my kingdom is not of this earth, or else I would command my followers to or else my followers would pick up swords and fight the enemy. This actually happened. So many believe the gospel that this comes from was written during a time of great persecution, because as we have from the Roman records and the Persian records, family members were turning each other in. Chrysanthus and Daria were turned in by their own parents and executed. It did break up families. Your life does not get more peaceful as a Christian. You get persecuted. Now, there's that one verse in the New Testament, and I already showed before how the law was accomplished on the cross, and there is no, even just read the Epistle of the Galatians, there is no following any of those things in the Old Testament. Let's compare it to Islam. Before we do that, though, let's look at the Crusades, but I'll finish this video right here, and I guess if you want to consider it a part 2, I will do one on the Crusades. Peace to you.